Good evening, everyone. Welcome to the webinar on Literature Review Writing Masterclass. How are you all doing today? Good evening. How are you all? All good? Right? Yes. Fantastic. We are doing great. Thanks a lot for asking. So, when we started planning for this webinar, the Masterclass for Literature Review, the first thing which came in our mind, the first thing which we wanted to know is how many scientific papers and literature reviews are we publishing as a country? Which country is leading? So our team did some research, and this is what we found out. Okay, as you can see on the screen, India stands at the third position as of 2018, right? And you know what my dream is? My dream is to see India at the number one position. And that cannot happen, obviously, unless the next generation, which you all are, learn the craft of paper publishing and literature review from the experts, right? So that's the motivation behind this webinar. Now, no matter which country you belong to, if you want to get the word out, if you want the word to go out in a very effective manner, then you must learn scientific communication. You must learn the art. You must learn the art of writing research paper and getting it published. You need to learn literature review, and that is why today we come in front of you to help you learn this art. So today we are joined with our experts. Now, many times students ask me this question, that how can we become a great scientist or a great researcher or a great professor? How can we have a great career? And my answer always my answer will be, greatness is earned. You cannot just become great overnight. There is no such thing as law of attraction that things will just come to you. Nothing is given to you. You got to learn it. You got to earn it, and you must fight for it. You must step up, and you must keep going. You must learn to communicate. And when it comes to scientific communication, it is not just an art, it is a science too. So let us dive in. Let us learn this art today with Dr. Prabhakaran. Now, I need not introduce him. Everybody knows Dr. Prabhakaran Ravichandran, a senior scientist, a well-respected academician with more than 15 patents and 13 research paper publications in high-impact journals. Now, he comes to you with his vast experience from the biopharma industry, research industry, and he's going to share some very important insights in the next 1.5 hours. But before I pass on the controls to him, I have a small request, a very, very small request to all of you. If you all can share this webinar link in social media profiles on WhatsApp, Instagram, make it your status, share this link with all your colleagues, then only when we can bring in more researchers on this webinar, then only we can make India the number one country in the world which publishes research. Okay? I can see a lot of people from different countries. Even you can share and bring in more researchers so that we can help researchers globally as well as Indian researchers. Let's make India a researcher's paradise. So if you want to do that, then share this video and do not forget to tag Biotechnica @Biotechnica_official on Instagram and hashtag Indian research. Okay, you must tag all the researchers in our country, right? All right. I can see a lot of people saying yes. So let us create researchers' paradise, right? Now, I have a special announcement for all of you. Whoever will attend this webinar till the end will be getting free downloads. So we'll be giving you the PowerPoint, which will be used by Dr. Prabhakaran in the webinar. Okay. And also I'll be giving you a surprise gift from my side. Okay. So promise me you will be there till the end. Type in the comment box. Till the end. Right. So now passing on the controls to Dr. Prabhakaran.
Good evening. Hope all of you are staying safe and healthy. Today, we are going to discuss about the working rules for writing and literature review. So, I think everybody will be having a passion, right, to write a literature review, right? So that is the reason all of you guys are here. So it is like almost like in one word, if I say that, it is like connecting the dots. So the informations are everywhere. So we want to bring it all together to a point, and then we want to present it to the scientific community. So definitely some of you must have already written a literature review, or somebody must be planning for one, or maybe writing. Definitely, you guys all will be in a different stages of writing literature review. So let us start with a question. What is literature review? What is literature review? Very simple question, right? Yes, I'm getting yes. It is a summary. Yes, yes. Compilation. Yes, very good. But it is not just a summary of scientific sources, or it is not simply relating things which is available, or it is not compiling the data or compiling the topics. Then what it is actually? What it is? So literature review means it is critical analysis of scientific data. So you have to go for a critical analysis. And then after critical analysis, you have to synthesize the argument. You want to synthesize your own argument. And then after synthesizing the argument, you have to create ideas, the way forward. What is the next step around the argument? So all these things, so one single paper, you have to take a single topic that has to be critically analyzed, and then it has to be argued for, and then it should be like an argument. It should be a healthy argument. It should be like for and against. It has to be argued. And then after argument, it has to come to a conclusion, like you have to develop an idea against that, right? So that is how a good literature review should give. And then here, don't get confused between the literature review that you guys are doing before starting an experiment. You will be collecting the paper for getting the methods, right? That is not a literature review. So you have to read all the papers related to your research topic. That has to be understood, and then it has to be critically analyzed. Then you want to synthesize your own argument. I'm using a word synthesis. So which means that it is not going to be there anywhere else. After reading, after critically analyzing, you have to synthesize your own argument. There, the new idea will come out. So that is the literature review. So then, okay, perfect. What is the purpose? What is the purpose? Definitely a scientific community will get a very good critically analyzed paper. Is there anything which I will get personally? Is it possible? Or is there any way? If you ask me that question, the purpose of the literature review, in short word, I can say KUSC. Any guess? KUSC, it is an acronym. So each word stands for some word. Any idea? Any guesses? Okay. I'm going. Yes, it's getting. Yes. Okay. So K stands for knowledge. So when you write a literature review, you are showing your knowledge that you have in the topic. And then it will keep you updated. And then it is a stepping stone to research and further analysis. You will gain credibility. So K stands for knowledge, U stands for you keep updated, and then S stands for your stepping stone, and then C stands for credibility. Perfect, right? So I'm going to give one caption now. So it is the purpose is communication and advancement of scientific knowledge through you. Then definitely you are going to have your name there. There, using a literature review, you are going to establish your voice in that particular field, your authority. Okay, so literature review or the stepping stone, becoming an authority in a particular field, which shows that you have a wider knowledge. Okay, so you are going to establish your voice. So this line I'm going to keep as a background of each and every slide from now. Okay. So if I say that there are 14 different types of literature review, will you believe me? You must have seen literature review paper, right? So have you seen that? There are some differentiation among each and every literature paper. Why I want to say here is, so not all the research, because here you guys are the life sciences are there, chemistry is there, chemical sciences are there, right? So not everyone can write a literature review. Somebody will have a lot of data, which will be like, it may be computational data, right? So based on that, it'll be very helpful for you guys. So there are 14 different types of literature review. Shall we see one by one? Just a gist. I'm not going to go in detail, just only to show you what is available in the literature. Critical reviews. So the critical review is mostly it will be done by the well-established professor. Okay, it will not be in pages, 30 pages, 40 pages. Maximum, including reference, it will be 1.5 page. The reference will be, he'll be using 3 or 4. So it will demonstrate his extensive depth in that particular field. But this critical review will open a new field of research. So it will tell usually hypothesis or a model which is not at all exists, right? It is open for criticism and research. Okay, so we are not going into that one. Okay, so our ultimate idea is, if you guys are going to stay in the academics, you guys have to write a critical reviews. Literature review. So this is what actually we are most eligible people right now, right? So it is examination of recent or current literature. It can be a wide range of subject. It can be biology, chemistry, physics, anything at various level of completeness. Okay, so some topic the research will be going on, it will be like bits and pieces, right? So literature review is the one which will compile everything and then bring it to one point, and then you will be comprehending that one and then presenting it to the scientific world. Okay, when you are presenting, you are also going to present your research finding in that. So you are going to fill small gap in that. So there you are establishing your voice. The next one is your meta-analysis. This will mostly useful for your excuse me. So here a lot of statistical data, and then the statistical data will be combined with your quantitative studies. I have put this one right now. The population studies will be a lot of population study, especially with the recent pandemic. It will be going on. So a lot of statistics data will be coming on. So combining all those things, how can I present a paper, review paper? Okay, that is a meta-analysis. And then mixed studies or mixed method reviews. So usually here we are going to combine two things, quantitative as well as qualitative research outcomes, right? Both we are going to combine here with the process studies, and then we are going to present it in a paper. If you present that thing, it is called as mixed method reviews. Next one is your qualitative systematic review or evidence synthesis. So you are going to bring all your qualitative data. So you are going to construct evidence towards the model. For example, at present condition, so we are saying that when you remove when you wear a mask, right, the transmission of the particular virus is being stopped, if that is the hypothesis. So you can have a qualitative studies finding from that and integrating and then creating a model. Yes, you can protect yourself from the virus through wearing the mask, like that, for example. Okay, so rapid review, it is like almost like a communication, just a small thing. So whatever is there is any new policy or new practice, just like that it come. So you want to critically apprise, just like that, because mostly this also will be done by a very renowned people. Okay, so the next thing is scoping review. What is a scoping review is, this can be done for if you guys are going to do PhD. Okay, so you have to take the last 10 years paper in that particular topic. So this will give you an idea what already people have done, and then you can identify the gap. Okay, so it is like a preliminary assessment. You don't want to reinvent the same wheel. That is called scoping. What is the scope? And then the state of the art review. So this thing, what will happen now? What is the current approaches, which is combined with, you will be retrospecting the event that is happening in that particular topic. Okay, and then this will tell you what are the new areas or new dimension that can give you for further research. That is what state of art review papers will talk. And then systematic review, so it will just tell you what is currently is there. It will apprise, synthesize, and adhere all the guidelines on the conduct of the review. And then systematic research and review, it is combines a strength of critical review with understanding of search process. Mostly it will post you a lot of questions, so it is the best evidence synthesis. Systematic review, it is attempt to include elements of systematic review process while stopping short of systematic review, typically conducted as postgraduate student assignment. Okay, it is for MSc people. So next one is your umbrella review. It is a review compiling evidence from a multiple reviews. You are going to review reviews into one accessible and then usable document. Mostly it will go as a chapter in a book, right? Review book, or even sometimes from there it will go into a textbook. Focuses on broad condition or problem from which there is competing interventions, and then highlight review that address these interventions and then your results. Very important. Okay, so by this time you guys must have understood that when you are doing research, that goes as a research paper. So in that same area, so many people will be doing research. Somebody will be collating all the data and then writing a review. And then when it comes as a umbrella review, that is a review of the reviews, then it becomes a very strong evidence. Yes, this concept is correct. So after long research, you will be writing one line. Yes. So that will go into your textbook, right? Understood? So these are the different types of review. If you guys want to read more, and then I have given the reference here. Yes, anytime you can go and then pull out this. This is a review paper about the reviews. It's a very good, written by Grant. It was published in the 2009. It is a wonderful paper. You guys have to read when you find time. So, okay. So next question we'll ask. So till now we have seen, we know what is the purpose, what is literature review, and then what are different types. So what is the objective? What is my focus? What is my aim? Right? So now I know the thing. So it is only the aim or the intention of the research review paper should be providing an organized overview of existing research on a particular area. You don't want to, if you retake one review paper, it should tell that what happened in the last 5 years. And then it has to take critically and then evaluating the prospective towards all the published research. There should not be any bias. Unbiased, this is right, this is wrong. You have to argue for and then against. After reading all those things, a summary paper has to summarize all the scientific events and synthesize and analyze the argument of the other. So if you are working in the same field, definitely you should not be biased towards your work, or else you cannot establish your voice. So if you want to be a leader in that particular area, you want to do the best work available in that particular time, right? So you have to also uncover what are the similarities when the similar authors, the various authors discussed and then published the similar kind of data, and then is there isn't any differences, and then is there isn't any consistency, the same data a different system has produced, and then is there isn't any inconsistency is available. All those things has to be provided, then only it is called a very good review paper. And then even last, when we talked about high impact journals, how to get more reference, then only your impact number will increase, right? So if you make one like this, everybody will start their research with your review paper. It is having a huge impact value. There is no any difference between the research article and the review article. Review article will take you, because if you have combined everything, if research is like only one person will follow, review paper 100 people will follow, right? And then this review should identify the gap. That is very, very important. So you should identify the gap within that particular area, and then after that you have to help to generate and justify your research hypothesis and question. So that should be your intention of your literature review. If it satisfies all the components when you are choosing the particular topic, then you should feel proud that you are going to write a epic in that particular topic. Okay, you want to be very proud, you want to be very conscious. So this is the working rules. If you satisfied each and every point, you are sitting on the bullseye. Okay. Okay, very good. It is very interesting. Hope all of you must be excited just like me, right? So what can I do? Okay, my research topics satisfy everything. But if I sit to write, I don't know where to start. I don't know where to stop. I have a lot of issues in between, right? And then I'm writing a review literature for almost for the last 8 months. I'm not even 25% is not over. These are the maybe problems you guys might be facing, right? So what can I do? What can I do? Number one, be original. Find a gap. It's a huge word. How do I know that I'm original or not? How do I know that whether I'm finding the right gap or not? Right? Being a student, all those questions will come. One line I can say, you guys, all of you are doing research only to contribution to knowledge. You should strive and then show clearly how the previous research before you start, it is conflicting or lacking in some way. It is nothing but a dedication. Genuinely, you have to sit, download all the available paper, sit and read and digest on your own. When you do that, you will find the gaps, and then automatically you will find how to fill the gaps. So the gap should flow naturally, clearly from understanding of literature. Just imagine if you want to go to one place, from let us say that place A to B, is there isn't any diversion in between. Just you want to understand how long it will take, but definitely you'll reach a B. So you want to have a complete understanding. That's all. Very simple. Don't do anything. Don't think too much whether I am original, whether my topic is superior. Am I doing any superior research? There is no any mediocre research. There is no any superior research. All contribute to knowledge. That's all. That is what our scientists or biology or chemistry students will do. That knowledge will help to protect the people. That's all. Dot. Okay. Very good. I'm ready to be dedicated. I'm ready to read. I'm ready to digest on my own. How to do that? What is my first step? Ask yourself why the gap that you have identified is important. Or ask other way, that how important is the gap you have identified. How important is the gap you have identified? Is it worth to investigate this gap? What is the benefit from studying the gap? So this will give you the importance of your research. So before starting your work, you will feel proud what kind of research you are doing. Okay, so you will understand the actual importance of the research that you are going to do by doing this literature review, right? Okay, so here another question comes. Okay, you have told me how to find the gap, the importance of gap. The gap will tell me how to fill it. Okay, how to find the gap? How do I know that is a really gap? How do I know is there anything I missed in the scientific paper? So to understand that, there are different types of gap. One is knowledge gap. This is the most common. We don't know because till now we even in the research paper, in the book, especially in the development biology, we don't know. Like that, we can see that it is still under investigation. That is a knowledge base. A relationship based. It is about certain issues or variables, but unsure about the relationship. So that you can investigate. Or there is an theory-based gaps. The aspect of the theory that has not been investigated thoroughly for a longer time. And then even this theory-based, in 1980, this theory will be widely accepted. But at 2020, completely it must have changed. You can see this when people are getting the Nobel Prize. If you go and dig that, it must have already known in 1920s, 30s. But after that, nobody must have done it. But this particular person in 1980 or 1990 must have taken, after 50 years or 60 years, he must have taken that. He must have digged it, and then he must have found something new. That will be a breakthrough. Okay, that is a theory-based. And then methodological. Some methodological design or research design, which is not, it may not be suitable. But now the available methodology or advancement, we can do the same experiment in the better way. There is also a lot of research going on. And then analytical. So when the phenomena has not been investigated using a particular analytical approach, that is a qualitative versus quantitative. You can take any one of this gap. Don't stick on to anyone. It can be relationship based or knowledge based or theory based or methodological based, or it can be analytical based. So now I have given a wide range. Okay, so first find a gap and then try to find what kind of gap I am working on. So you can be having a very good clarity on the research that you are going to do. Whether your research is going to add value to the knowledge, or you are going to find some relationship, or we are going to find a new theory, or whether you are going to develop analytical, or whether you are going to develop a new methodology. That's all. This is the complete or entire research in nutshell. You are going to work any one of these five. The entire world is beginning to fill the gap based on that. But there are n number of gaps available. Okay, the next question to make you guys a little bit easier, how to identify that? How can I identify gap? Because everybody is working on it, right? If I take a topic A, it doesn't mean that I'm only working. For example, today, COVID-19, everybody is working. Different aspects, right? So write down the key terms. This is the first tips I can give. First, write the key terms. So it is nothing but each and every research paper you will be writing a keyword, right? So understand your research, write the keywords. That keyword should not be very vague. That should summarize your exact research field or theme. For example, COVID-19 phytochemicals, COVID-19 vaccine, or it can be antimicrobial surface coating, like this. So this will tell you what is going to work on, right? Once you have written that one, after that, think what you want to achieve with this work. What is your research question? What is your hypothesis? For example, let us take this antimicrobial surface coating. So nowadays, there is a lot of sprays are available, which will be there only for half an hour, 45 minutes. There is a way that for prolonged antimicrobial activity, right? Or another thing is, there are so many strategies. There isn't any effective vaccine strategies available? What are they? How to find? Look for the relative topics which has been already published. What are the research areas, keywords, issue? For example, genome, surface antigen, photocatalysis, surface area. So these are the related topics which I can identify. Just an example I'm giving. So what is the theory? What are the theories available around your research? If you answer this question, you will find what is already present in the market. And then what are the methods? What are the arguments that are common in your area? Okay, so this is what your next point is. There isn't any implicit association test, or just I'm giving an example. And then by understanding all those things, what is the purpose of your literature review? So now you'll understand what is the gap. So there is no any research in this area. If you identify it, then you will get the gap. This is the simple exercise you guys can do. By doing this, you can easily identify the gap. Okay. I think now you guys must have excited, right? So now you know how to find the gaps. So already if you are working, and then if you go through this, definitely you'll find an answer. So once you find the gap, what next? Find the literature. It is not just books. There are so many online sources. It can be a book. It can be a journal. It can be a newspaper. It can be a blog, or it can be a magazine. It can be a conference paper. It can be government publication, artwork, publisher, websites, online discussion, anything. Use the keywords. Keywords are very, very important. And the next time point is time frame. What I am going to review? Am I going to take the last 5 years, or I am going to take last 10 years? That is very, very important. and then start searching more creatively, and then go only to the point. If it is like surface antigen of the virus for vaccine, concentrate only on surface antigen. Don't think more than that. Antigen, that is your keyword, like that. Okay. So just I want to give a little bit small tips to search in the internet or in the any sources, whichever I told you, using the keyword. Examine reference list closely. If you take any paper, read the complete paper. At the end, you look for the kinds of references yes quoted. Okay, you have to identify. And the next thing, you want to look for your key authors. They are the godfathers in that particular area. Okay, each and every area there are godfathers. Minimum 5-6 godfathers are there. How to find? Those people will be publishing a lot of papers in that area. Without quoting their papers, no review paper, no research paper, no books, nothing will be there. So they are called as key authors. Visit their homepage, visit their profile, and then definitely in that profile they will be writing what are the next kind of research they are doing. Definitely they have to update, and then they'll be updating. That will give you a lot of clue. Okay, here I want to add one more thing. Since you are starting your work here in the same area, they are already a key authors in that. Use the LinkedIn, create your own networking business for your future success. Okay, start interacting with them. Ask questions. Praise them. I read your publication. It was outstanding. I understood this one. Because of this, I got another idea. Just share your excitement without any expectation. Don't expect that the person is going to reply you. Definitely he will reply or she will reply, I assure you. But don't get disappointed. Maybe they may be busy. But don't stop the excitement that you have found. Don't share everything. Share it is because your back of your mind, networking is the main business. Okay, keeping that in your mind, do that job. And then next step in finding a literature, search for articles with significant journal interest. Don't go for any mediocre impact journals. Okay, because the impact is very high. The quality of the research also will be very high. So that is the idea. Okay, so have your thing. Okay, I will go only for this kind of research. I will not go for any local journals because it may not be peer reviewed. It may not be true. You cannot investigate each and every data which has been published, right? It is, and then only thing is you cannot, because of their mistake, you cannot make a mistake in your literature review, right? So you want to be more authentic because here we are going to establish your voice, your kingdom. You are going to establish your kingdom in the scientific world. Okay, and then use Google Scholar. Nowadays all of them are related to Google Scholar, and then you can use any other PubMed or Web of Scholar. Everything is available, right? So anything you guys can use it for your searching this particular literature. And then very important thing is when you start searching, so many things will be pouring in. Okay, you must have started, for example, surface antigen, surface protein. Lot of new things will be pondering on you. It will be just flowing on you. Don't get lost. Very, very important. You have to stick on to the research area that you have decided. Okay, don't get lost. How to do that? Whenever you are reading any new article, whenever you are reading a new journal, highlight, take notes, store the source info. Why I'm saying this one now? You must have read, it will be very exciting. If you are not noting it down anywhere, when you are writing, you will be stuck. Hey, somewhere I read that one. There is a reason for that. And then you'll be lost. So don't waste even a single minute. Very strategically, if you are taking one paper, it can be online. Some people will be online nowadays. Even the PDF you can highlight. Or some people will take a printout and then take it. I will tell you what I will do. Usually, like, I will take a printout, but I will give a number to each and every article that I'm reading. Okay, so I'll write 1. Okay, and then I'll take another notebook. I will not write anything. I'll put 1. So it's very easy for me. So which means that whatever the information I'm writing here, it belongs to my journal number 1. Okay, I will not lost. Everything will be filed properly. And then even I will store that PDF under the name 1. Okay, if you take my entire journal storage, all of them will be numbered. Okay, 1, 2, 3, like that. It'll be keep on going. If I take any paper, any topic, I'll be storing it as 1, 2, 3, 4, and then I'll be noting it down 2, and then dash this information. Why I'm saying now, you can throw your notebook anywhere in the lab. Others cannot copy because it is an intellectual property. That is also you want to safeguard. Nobody understand what is true. So you're not going to give the complete reference there. Right? Anything can happen. We want to be because since we all are working with the high science, so we want to be a little bit secret also. Right? We cannot always carry our information, right? Use these codes, except nobody can find out. Okay, so take a notes, read critically. Okay, first of all, before downloading a paper, read the abstract. Okay, I'm not saying that there are good journals, good papers whose abstract is not that great, but their conclusion and the results will be excellent. Okay, but skim the abstract, that will excite you. Okay, if it is somewhere in the circumference of your research area, hold it. And then you can identify all the essential parts. It can be your methods, or it can be your findings or sample, anything, highlight. I'm saying that whatever you're reading, you should have a margin, you should highlight it, you should reflect it, that is, and then you have to store it. I'm taking the taken notes in the margin, and then store it. And then once you identified your essential, exciting part in that particular research area, dig deeper. Don't throw that paper. Spend minimum 3 days with the paper. And then somebody if asks, you should tell that in the second page, 4th paragraph, 5th line, 3rd word is this. It should be like that. Dig deeper. So evaluate the paper in such a way, what is the strength? What is their conclusion is correct? If you were writing the paper, what would be your conclusion? If they are writing for the research hypothesis or against the research hypothesis, all those information, write it down. Once you get that, little bit dig deeper. Is there any similar paper you have read which is often the same line of data? If they are agreeing, disagreeing, and then what you do now, you can now another thing, you can put paper 1 and then paper 10 agreeing, paper 1 and then paper 5 disagreeing. If you put this one, tomorrow this is what actually record keeping. Okay, these are the small nuances you have to follow in order to make your literature writing journey very fun and then sweet. Okay. Critical reading is critical writing because it is not a storybook. Okay. Why I'm saying now, each and every minute you are spending here, you are spending your life for it. Even if you read for 15 minutes, put your heart and soul into that. If you read something, you have to critically write. It is not that always critically thinking means it is not argument, means it is not a negative. You have to argue for the topic or against the topic. It is basically analyzing the information. If you read like such paper, 10 papers, you will know what is available. That's all. Science is knowing something which is unknown. So this process will help you to find what are the unknowns we know. Right, that's it. Right. It is very interesting area to work with. And then whether analyzing it, can I come to a logical conclusion? Write in 2 words, 3 words, enough. You will be synthesizing a lot about it. Right? Hope you guys can understand how to read critically, how to store critically, how to write critically, right? And then organizing. So here always, you have done it, everything. Let us take that you have taken 50 papers, 50 sources, everything. And then here, the bibliography, because very, very important, right? So which author to follow? If you are a technocrat, this will help you. There are so many softwares are available to arrange your bibliography, like RefWorks, Zero Terra is a free software. Index card is an old one, so you will write in just like a stick paper. No? You can write it and stick to that, and then it can be your end note or and then your Mendeley. So next thing is recording important points, the notes or digital documents. Nowadays, a lot of notes are available. And then you can print or you can save electronically. But I will do both. I will not lose any of the information which I am collecting. Okay. Is there isn't any format? If you are asking me to, okay, I want to do the for against synthesis. This is a very good source. You can write author, title, and then you can write a publication date, access, source, keywords, and then important notes. And then author, source, title, website. So if you can take a printout of this and then make a book, this is a very good record for your life. If you have decided this is going to be, once you make and bound and throw it, anytime you can pick it, because all the information is available in this particular page. Okay, or else you can write it down. These are the information you have to just, I want to give you all those things, right? And then Excel sheet is also another source of document. If you are not interested in the notebook, you can make Excel sheet, which is an author, which year it has been published. So what is the location, and then what is the keyword, and then what is the notes you can start typing. Okay, this is for an example. You can take it like this. This is also can be done very easily. And then this is very handy also. Excel is known for everyone, right? So next thing is, when you're doing, till now whatever you are saying is, till now we have not started writing the literature, right? It is only the groundwork. You might be thinking that, oh my God, this is going to be very, very cumbersome work. So this is not my cup, right? Don't get lost. Keep motivating yourself, okay? Because one word, you are establishing yourself, okay? It is for you. You are not going to work for others. Literature review, it is you. Your name is going to be there. Keep always motivated. Have a self-discipline. Don't push yourself. Whenever you feel that you are having a good energy level, you can be the morning person or night owl, decide yourself. Nothing, but don't compare with any of the person in the world. You are different. If anybody says the feedback or criticism or no, guys, don't take it anything to your mind. Work for the things. Okay, so always keep working on. So when you're writing everyday work, see, actually, like, do you know what? Recently, I have read a one wording. The success is nothing but progressing every day. Even if you read one paper today, that's a good progress. You're moving towards your goal one step, but don't stop it. Okay, so if you need any help, ask your friends. Keep control, okay, the time scale, and then plan, and then word limits. Don't keep reading 1,000 papers I have read. No, not required. Okay, that is what actually I'm saying. Look for some good journals, good impact journals. You can have so many filters. My standard is this. I'm going to my paper has to go only in the journal which is having impact factor above 10. Then you should refer the people who's already published about 10. Then only it can go about 10, right? You cannot refer people who are in the 0, 1, 2, and then you cannot aim for 10. So that is your filter. You have to think about the quality of the paper or quality of the research you are doing. It is because you are establishing your voice in that particular area, right? Don't get annoyed when I'm using, but actually that is the truth. Here I told that don't get lost with the time. Have a timetable. That is what I will tell you. I'm going to do this in the next 3 months or 3 weeks, 3 days. That's all. Always there will be lot of time thieves will come. Your friend will come and keep talking, phone calls. You'll be lost your motivation, and then you will look for perfection. There is nothing called perfection. Keep going. Everything will be perfect. Okay, don't wait for the perfect paper or perfect starting line, perfect starting word to come. Whatever it comes to your mind, read. Tomorrow it will be corrected. Okay, don't hear any procrastination or nothing. Just keep going. But time frame, have a timetable. Okay. Is there isn't any timetable, any guide or any tips for time management? I'm not saying the time management for 3 months, even the time management for a day. Very interesting. There is a time management. I don't know how many of you know about this particular methodology. I will explain you. One is use timetables. Everyday work. When to do that? For tomorrow work, you have to do your to-do list tonight. You have to write tomorrow morning. These are the things I have to do tomorrow. It is not like the 10 o'clock I have to do, 12 o'clock, don't stick on to that. Before tomorrow, 10 o'clock, these are the things I have to do. So don't push yourself. Don't pressurize yourself. That is the idea. So at the end of the day, you tick whatever you have done. And then if you have achieved everything, you'll feel proud. And then even the time management can be done. Timetables can be done micro and then macro. So whatever this is a to-do list for a daily is macro management. Micro management, even it can go for your weekly planner, wall chart. It can be for this hour. The first half I can do. Second half I'm going to do this. Evening I'm going to do this. Very specific. So micro level management. So you try whichever is best for that, but try any one of this. You can stick on to the macro management or micro management. It is for hourly basis or day basis. But always I'll go for a daily basis because that is always good. And then I'll have another plan for the week. Okay. So at the end of the day, I will have a day plan. At the end of the Saturday night, very good. I have done everything. I'll peacefully enjoy my Sunday. Keep the diary that works for you. Each and every person will have your own method of maintaining the work schedule. And then specific task is very important. And then prioritize. Okay, for example, if you want to watch any serial which comes at 6 o'clock, watch that first. That cannot be done at 8 o'clock. So the same way, if you want to do it today, do it today, and then now, and then always find some free time for you. Okay, free time means not watching YouTube, not watching WhatsApp. Free time means sitting. Except your heart, nothing should work. That is called free time. I don't know how many of you can find such a free time. Sit, only your heart has to pump. Nothing, no brain work, nothing. Simply sit. Okay, that should be the level of free time you should find every day. It is not a weekly plan, everyday plan. And then always avoid perfection. I am totally against perfection. Okay. Oh my God, it has to be start grammatically, positively. Don't do that. At the end, when you submit your paper, everything will be in place. Because if you start looking for perfection every minute, you'll be losing your time. Okay, and then concentrate on being effective. There will be a lot of time thieves nowadays. WhatsApp is the first one, time thieves, and then Facebook, right? And then so many games also there. The next thing is, when you plan for this, don't work for others, because you'll be losing your time lot. And then if you think that you want to do things today, the right time is now. You have to think like that. Today, now is the time. Do it now. And then always promise yourself that you will be doing it. That promise has to be very, very realistic. And then another important thing to manage your time is learn to say no. It can be for anyone, because you are working for something to establish yourself in the scientific world, your passion, right? It has to be done today, because when you are working, there is a chance somebody else also working in the same point of view, some other in the world, right? Because you will be working on the field which is very effective today, right? You have to think like that. No time you can waste. If you start today, on the 4th month, first week, your paper has to go out. That's it. Maximum you can spend is 3 months for an excellent literature review. That's all, not more than that. Not more than that. I'm telling that you want to present the final version to the editor. Okay, so whatever till now I am saying, all has to be done within 1.5 to 2 months. You can maximum take 30 days to write, revise, rewrite, revise, rewrite. That's all. 4th month, first week, first day, it has to reach your person editor hand. That should be the effective time. So to maintain this time, is there isn't any technique? Because I cannot sit for one full 2 hours, 3 hours. I cannot. I'll be bored, right? Definitely, everyone. When you are bored, even I am bored. Everyone here is bored. Nobody can sit continuously for 3 hours, 4 hours, definitely, and as long, unless you have utmost dedication. Because till entering into the field, it will take longer time. So, but there is a one word that is called Pomodoro technique. It's very simple. I'm making it a little bit more like a technique. Decide what task you want to do. Set the time. I am going to do it in next 15 minutes. Work on the particular task until the set time is over. Then take a short break. And then after 15 minutes, again do the same technique. So you will be relaxed. You will not feel that you are overloaded, and then you will not feel that you are stressed. It will be a fun. So you will be working. It will be like initially you will be working when the time will run, and then slowly you will adapt. Oh my God, the time is going to run. I have to finish. So in that way, you'll finish it very fast. Okay. It is like nobody is going to guide you guys. Nobody's, because all of you are grown up. Okay. Now the entire world will be start looking you what you are going to do. It is not like that your father taking you to the LKG and then close your eyes, you'll come to 12th standard, and then depends upon your mark, you will choose your engineering or any science group. And then masters, till that everybody will be guiding you. Once you are in the masters or doing PhD, whom and all are working with you, all will stand in front of you. They will expect what you are going to achieve in this world, right? So now these small tips and tricks will help you to establish yourself. Okay, that is the main reason why I'm telling you, right? And the next thing is, whenever you're storing this particular data, it has to be stored very safely. Nowadays, I know that you guys have a lot. Don't save anything in the C drive. Always save in the E drive or name it Q drive. Q stands for Queen, K stands for King. Anything. It can be, or that is how I'll keep my drive. I'll name it as K drive. Or even if I'm not able, if I'm doing it in an office laptop, I will save it in the folder like K folder. That's a King folder. Okay, so who will boost? Only I can boost myself, right? So, and then there will be, and then I'll have a memory pen. Always I'll have a one external hard drive, and then I'll use a Dropbox. Nowadays, even the Google Drive is doing very good, and then email, and then I have a, for every project. You guys don't believe me. For every project, I'll start one email ID. I will send everything. It is all backup. I don't want to lose anything. So only thing is emergency. Sometimes external hard drive, if it falls down, it may break. Memory pen drive, without your knowledge, somebody must have erased it. Dropbox, I don't know. Yeah, nothing will happen, but I don't know, right? It is mine, right? So everything, all the possible ways, I will safeguard. Anything you can choose based upon your level of confidence. And then you refer, all the reference has to be properly saved. It can be referred, already we have discussed. And the next thing is where you are saving your documents. Very important, because today it will be fresh. Once you publish your paper after 1 year, suddenly you will think, okay, my God, that particular project, I have downloaded that paper. In that paper, there wasn't one information that will help me for this particular project. If you think like, definitely it will come. When it comes to me, it will come to you also. Do you know what will I do? My folder storage will be always like this. I will store financial year 2015-16. If you open, first folder will be January. Whatever the work I will be doing, it will be saved in the January folder. When the January is over, I will go to next folder, February, March, April, all the 12 folders will be there. So now, after 3 years also, if I want something, I will correlate. Every incident will have some personal relationship. Okay, it is before my birthday, I have published that, I have sent it to the paper. So some reference point, so it will be in the month of X. You can take that month, and then it is easy to search that particular month. Just try if it works. If it does not work, leave it. Just find your own one. Okay, like that. And then have a very clean folder name. You don't want to search. Okay, don't delete any of the research work that you are doing. Any point of time, it will help you. Okay, so till now, what you have done, you have selected your topic, you have planned how you are going to write, you have searched all the sources available, and then you are recorded, right? Till now, this is what we have done. Till now, we didn't write, but all the steps are very good, which will tell you that you are going to write an literature review, which is going to be iconic. Okay. First thing, once you are done all record, organize. This organization is like before writing. It is just before you write. How to do that? Now you want to think your favorite movie. Okay. How nicely they have organized. My research area is this. I want to tell any person who is reading in a very fantastic way. There should not be like back and front. How I'm going to do that? Do that visualization in your mind. That is called mind mapping. Sit and then visualize your paper before you write. If you are not able to do that, tell yourself you are not into the subject. But by doing all the work that we have discussed, the paper, just it will be like that in your, just like a newspaper, it will be there in front of you. You can understand the second page in this corner, this figure is going to come. The fourth page in this corner, the table has to come. In the table, these are the things you can easily visualize. Mind mapping will happen just like that, guys. You believe me. And then once you started, okay, I want to start abstract, I want to start this. No, don't force yourself. Start writing whatever it comes within your topic. You must have made all the topics now. It can be any part of your literature. It can be, it is going to come in the second paragraph, don't worry. It is going to be in the first paragraph, don't worry. Write it down. You can type it down. It can be a sentence form, or it can be paragraph form, or bullet points. Okay? And then organize your charts. The charts, I'm here mentioned that your pictures. Okay? Your own pictures, or you can get a reference from the other people with their concern. And then it can be, you can note organized by the source, or the notes organized by the theme, or it can be chronological, which means chronological means in 2010 it has been published, 2011 what happened, 12 it happened, 15 what happened, 18 what happened, 20 what happened, 25 what happened. This is how you have to go for chronological order. Any way you organize. This is the first thing. So what I'm saying is, now you have all the ingredients writing your excellent literature review. Now I am taking step by step how you are going to put everything in a nutshell. I'll give you one example for mind mapping. So this is what mind mapping. So this is your main topic. From there, main idea. What are the supporting ideas? Main idea, main idea, main idea. What are the supporting ideas? From this circle, we can understand these two ideas are, till now, it is unexplored. So now these two things, you can give your own perspective. Very simple. This is what you will get. So you can put all the literature review in this format. What are the ideas they have given? What are the themes? What are the topics they are talking? What are the supporting, how many supporting documents are available for each and every area? If there is a less, that is the area you want to work. That's all. This is a mind map. Do it very simple. Put around, write it down. Or even if you want, you can put a box. So once you make a mind mapping, make an outline of your literature. When you make this one, you know which idea is going to come, whether this idea is going to come first, or this, or this, or this. That's all. You want to make an outline. So always the outline of the literature will have an introduction, main body, and then always it will be followed by conclusion. Everybody knows that. And then here what you want to decide is, what is the heading? What is the subheading? And then what are the details I'm going to give? By this time, you should be selecting which journal you are going to publish this particular paper. So if you do that, you can read that author information. You can easily follow what should be the number of pages you can submit. What is the number of figures you can submit? Is it free or is it paid? What is the font? And then what is the spacing? If you can make all those things, the day one you can follow. You don't want to again keep on changing. And then what kind of reference you want to give, whether you want to give a number within the bracket, or whether you want to write the name, whether if the more than one author, how to write at all, or year also you want to give. All those things you have to follow. And then once you make this outline, don't start. Again, start refining. Okay, to make it more precise. Am I covering the real problem that I want to review? Is the key issues which I want to do is being justified? Is it the background information, whatever I collected till now, it is complete enough? Is there isn't any gap in the keywords or concept, logic, topics, what I am done? Just have a look. Definitely you must have covered everything. Before starting, just have a look. And then there isn't any related studies? What is the current? There is a paper which is published yesterday? There isn't any paper which is published last week, which I missed, right? So have I covered any various argument, all the viewpoints, everything? Just you have a overall view. Once you are satisfied, then you start your structure. So mention the problem. Just provide an appropriate context, okay, for reviewing the literature. So currently highly discussed in the news, you can take that COVID-19. And then define your topic, key areas of research. Outline the organization and then the state of scope of the review. Explain the value of your research field, your project. Because again, I am emphasizing you are establishing yourself in the academic field or scientific area. Okay, you want to be more proud and then more selfish. And then I'm not saying that the selfish in the wrong way, to put yourself in that position selfishly. Yes, I am the person like that. You want to show yourself, right? So this is what actually you want to do it in your introduction. The introduction should have everything. Okay. So followed by the main body. It can have a discussion from various sources where what are the gaps you have find. So you can always quote like this: blogs argue, John's highlighted, and then it can be followed by headings, subheadings, and then now you can slowly see that the paper that you have visualized will be coming in front of you. Slowly is getting in the structure. Okay, and then always see that you are focusing on the specific key points that you want to focus. Okay. And then whether you are doing it in a chronological method or thematic review, methodological approach, or combination of any of this, anything you can do. See that you are doing it genuinely and then originally, very important. And then the paragraphs. So write in full sentence, very important, because here this is a scientific writing. This should be grouped together. For example, paragraph, whenever you write, because most of the people will have a issue. Even when I start writing, I don't know when to separate the paragraph, how long the paragraph can be, how big it can be, right? See that each and every paragraph should explain or should talk about only one idea. There can be any big, even the paragraph can go for pages, doesn't matter. Mostly it will not go for your information, I'm saying. You should discuss only about one idea. Okay? It should be, you should not talk about that idea in another paragraph. That's all. This, if you take one topic, one main idea, you should give everything in a nutshell within the 10 lines or 15 lines. That's all. When you go to the next paragraph, you should talk a next idea. So keep this thing in mind. So one idea cannot be in 2 paragraphs. Okay, this is, if you follow this, your entire review will be amazing. When you read, it will be like a story. Any person who is excited, who is really into the subject, will be excited to read your paper. Okay, so how to find that? You also will feel the same excitement when you are reading some research paper, some review paper. Take that paper. Use that one as your model paper. There are people who are writing amazing writers are there, scientific writings. You cannot, because you will know that real what to say, like the real skill or the knowledge those people are having when you start writing. Okay. So the paragraph should have a small introduction. It should have a main body. It should have a conclusion. So it is like in another way, like it should have an open topic sentence, supporting sentence, and concluding sentence on that particular one main idea. That is one paragraph. Okay. Here, another one thing I want to tell you is the signpost. So signpost is the reader should understand what you are trying to tell, whether you are arguing, whether you are simply cutting and pasting. So there should be always difference between your arguments and examples given. So always there should be a proper linking between the sentences, what others authors are taken, and then what you are going to tell. Same way, linking a paragraph. Just now I told you, movie. It should be like scene after scene. So always when you read, you should take your entire reader towards one conclusion. The conclusion can be new or old. By reading the end of the review of literature, whatever you say, you are telling in the conclusion, the reader should feel that, my God, this is the right thing. You should convince a person. That is your good literature review. Okay. So here, to add more ideas, you can use these words again, furthermore, in addition, moreover. These are the words you want to use, for example, when you are adding more ideas in the same, supporting ideas in the same paragraph, right? And then if you want to compare and contrast, you can use the word alternatively, contrastingly, conversely, whereas. Why I'm using this word now? This is where all the students find very much difficulty what to use. So why I'm highlighting here now? So definitely when you're reading the paper next time, you will, okay, my God, these guys are comparing, right? And then if you want to tell that this particular data is 100% true, use the word like evidently, for this particular reason, inevitably. These are the powerful words you guys have to use in your paper. The same in your paper, if you want to show something exceptions, okay, even though these are the things, but some person has told like this also. However, never, then less, yet, in spite of. Okay. So if you want to repeat or refer back to something, it has been mentioned or it has been noted as previously discussed by you yourself. Maybe you must have discussed in the first paragraph. You want to say same thing in the fifth paragraph, you can use this one. Or else somebody else must have told this one in some other review. The same thing you want to use here, like this you can use. If you want to show that you will include something later, now this is not the right time, but I'm going to tell in the conclusion, you can write in detail. This will be discussed in detail later. No, this is your paper, you can play. If you want to emphasize, this is my area, this is my gap, if you want to tell to the audience, you can write definitely, obviously, inevitably, undeniably. These are the powerful words you guys have to use in your paper. Note it down, all those things. See that what people have used it. I strongly recommend you have to use all these words in your paper. So that strong your literature paper should be. And then again, if you want to give an example, for an instance, in this case, in particular, notably, so you can use this kind of words to start the sentence if you want to give any example. So if you want to show something, the order of things, previously, following this, initially, subsequently, finally, these are the words you can start or in between you can put. These are some of the excellent words. And then to conclude, you want to use the word to summarize, in conclusion, consequently, and then has been shown, like this. So these are the words every paragraph should contain. Got it? I'm not saying that every paragraph, if you concentrate on the nutshell, if you read all the paragraph, it will have everything. It will have everything. Very, very powerful words. Just imagine, guys. So these are the signs that will tell you any person in the world. You have given example, you have argued, you have given your idea, and then you have concluded. Amazing paper. You don't want to read any other. If you read your paper, they should feel that, my God, I have read 100 papers. And then even if they download other paper, already that person has already been explained. That is the level of confidence they should get. So the next review literature, if you write, oh my God, this author is amazing. Just close their eyes and then follow that. And then already I told, by this time you must have found your model paper. Just follow that. So find the review, model review, and then look for in your particular area, and then see that by reading that paper, what kind of feeling you are getting, the sense, the type of themes that you want to concentrate, look for. Okay, don't put simply the word review in your research engine along with your other topics. You'll find n number of words. That kind of powerful words you should use. Okay, just type. If you can take any paper, put review, put here. Google will help you putting all the review papers in the first page. Okay, so this is what you'll get a model review paper in that particular point of time. Right? Understood? So by this time, your entire introduction and then the main body, you guys must have done it. And then the final conclusion. So conclusion, for that only you guys have done all those things. A conclusion should have a very, very significant flaws or a gap in the existing knowledge. So you should critically analyze and summarize all the important points that are present in the existing literature, and then state your argument and research question, and then also very wisely link your present research to the existing knowledge. By the time when you do that, you will be very, very proud. You can say that in the last 10 years, nobody has done the work what I am right now I'm doing. You will feel like a king, right? So once you are done your entire paper, guys, read. Very, very important. So this is a word. Write, revise, write, revise. I will tell this, at least do it for 5 times by yourself. Then you give it to your friend and then to your professor. Am I telling the right story in a logical way? Am I using all the evidence right now available? Am I using all my interpretation skills based on the available data? Am I using all the evidences showing that whatever the conclusion, whatever the argument I'm saying, is it right? If you feel yes to that word honestly, then you are ready to send the paper to the journal. So use quotes parsingly, because you don't want to use other people words a lot. Use short quotation so that can be used to emphasize only your points. And then here I'm using paraphrasing. I'll tell you what is that in detail in the next slides. Keep your own voice, because that is the entire purpose. Even if you are reading, if somebody says that person A is going to the place B, this is the word, this is the idea he has told. Don't just write that the person told person A is going to B. Don't write like that. use that word, tell in your own words how to tell that word. This person went to that place, it was informed by that author. So it's completely your word, right? So I'll explain that one. And then once you have done all those things, once you have analyzed, revised, revised everything, now think about the language. Till now, don't even think about your language, whether I'm using the right words or not. Now you came to a point that you have told all the ideas what you want to tell. Now, if you are very good in the language, by the time it will be good. If you are not, don't worry. There are so many scientists, so many people, they don't know English also in the world. We don't want to feel bad about it. Just take a help from the person who knows English better. Okay, take help, or else your best thing is your professor. Just like 4 or 5 people read it, they will correct it. That's all. Okay, so that is how you want to do with your language. And then usually this, when I talk about this language, it is not the language what we talk about, grammar language English. There is something called scientific language. So scientific language is, the main idea of scientific language is be precise. It is not like a storybook who writes one full page and says that he is sitting. No. Right? Most of the novels do that one. A boy and girl went, and then they are talking, and then running, and then they saw these flowers are there, these fruits are there, the river is there, all those things they'll explain, the nature, everything. And then at last they'll tell that both of them and then went and sat on the table or on the bench, the park. To tell that you want to spend 5 minutes. That is not required here. Straight, both of them went and sat. That's all enough. Not one page, one line. So be precise. Ambiguities in writing cause confusions. So they may lead to confusion or prevent the reader in grasping your points. Be very precise. Concrete languages, whatever the words I used, use all those things. Instead of writing correlated, you can write related. Exclude smileys, metaphors, and humors in your research paper. Be quantitative. What is meant by quantitative? So many people, see, for example, if you are doing any statistical data, population genetics, many males and then many females were tested. No, 50 males, 52 females were tested. To be more quantitative, at the age of 20 to 30, 25 males, and then 30 to 50, another 15 males. This is how you want to be more precise, very precise. That is how it has to go. Okay? Be very clear. So always we know that the science concepts are very, very complex. If you can create that complex scientific concept into very simple, then you are the boss. At the same time, you should not misguide the person. And then also give attention to the grammar and then also structure. I'm not telling that grammar is very important. Concept is important. At the end of the day, the person has to understand the concept. Do you know when the editor will go into the grammar? When he is not comfortable in understanding what you are saying. So that is the main line. When you are reading your paper, because that is your child, you will understand. But when the same paper read by your friend, ask him, wherever you are not feeling comfortable in reading and understanding, please let me know. That's all. You want to work on this area. You want to make the readers, without straining their brain, you want to understand the concept. That's all. This is the scientific writing. There nobody thinks about grammar. Then only people will write. how the editor will communicate when you are not having this concept clear? Nobody will tell you that your concepts are not clear. Nobody will tell this one. They will write, you work on your language, then we will get a lot of pain, and then we'll be writing, okay, I don't know where to put was, whether I have to use has or have or had. It is not like that. The person is not able to understand the concept. So he is communicating in such a way that to work on your language. Okay. So when you read, you should get the same conclusion. When your friend read, who is working in the same lab or in the same area, you should understand. Or any other person reads that, he also should get the same concept. Then your concept is clear. It is a free flowing. So based only actually that you have to give a lot of interested based on the science. Okay, make it easy for them to access. That's all. No science person will talk grammatically. I can write and give. If you know grammar, well and good. But scientists never think about grammar. Okay. DNA is synthesized. DNA was synthesized. You talk anything. At last, the person was to understand, okay, the DNA is synthesized. He synthesized the DNA. That's all. He has done the job. That's what the scientists will think about. Because they are not thinking about the grammar. He's thinking about the concept that is more complex than anything else, where nobody can think about it. Okay? So don't worry about the grammar. Okay, like that, don't leave it just like that. Keep your concepts. If you make your concepts very clear, the grammar will be in place. That is my understanding. Be more objective. Need to be based on the facts. You don't want to put on intuitions. Don't know any imaginations. Maybe, may not be. And then don't put your emotions. Here, emotions, the personal emotions will come very much. Saying that my project, my work is superior. So that person, whatever he has done is not having any sense. Don't. No personal bias, no emotions, nothing. So always passive voice. That is what actually very, very important. Is not active voice, passive voice. Concentrate more on passive voice when you are writing a levy literature. Avoid assumptions and sweeping statements. Very concrete, or else don't touch that. And then always be aware of research limitation and refer to this in the review. Very, very important. Right? And then if you do all those things, at last, knowingly, intentionally, unintentionally, there will be a word will coming up, plagiarism. Right? It is a buzzword nowadays. It is not a crime, guys. It is not a crime, but actually we want to be little. See, for example, somebody must have written very nicely. Whatever the way you write the same concept, you will be touching it. So that is what I'm saying. Come out of the emotions. That may be right. Okay, you can recreate that. So if you do that, you can avoid plagiarism. Just I want to touch one or two slides, maybe another 5 minutes on plagiarism. Okay. What is plagiarism? Plagiarism is, it is not like that, okay, somebody has published, I have taken those ideas and then written. It is not, that alone is not a plagiarism. If you published a paper in the month of January, if you use those same line, and then if you use the same line and then used in your second paper, that itself called plagiarism. So how to avoid? You want to mention the author source. So copying from sources and then pretending you wrote it yourself, that is called plagiarism. Okay, it is not like it's not a crime. Okay, so only thing is you want to give credit. Okay, so say that, okay, even at the end of the review paper, to be more generous, this paper was corrected. He was helped me in editing. You can give acknowledgement. Nobody says no, but no, none of us, we are not doing it. We can do it. No harm in that. Right? Give credits. So plagiarism is presenting the work, ideas or words of others or your own without any credit. It can be by accident. That is called plagiarism. So plagiarism is a Latin word. It is a kidnap. So how to avoid that? That is what I'm interested right now. How to avoid? I'll give you some of the tips to avoid it. First thing is be original. How to do that? Read a paper. So here I want to tell you one thing. Most of the people, they don't know. If you write a thesis, most of the people don't know what they have written on the fourth page because nobody has read. They'll read one first, second page, that's all. So it's not like that. First tip is read the entire paper. Understand and then digest yourself what is there in the paper. Do you know when we will cut and paste? Only when I don't know what is there. If you read the complete paper, you might be having a capacity to concise the 30-page review paper into 3 lines. Use that. That's all. That is, you will be one of the best review writer in the world. Who knows? Read. That's all. Simple. Read. Digest the paper, and then be authentic. Think about the topic. Engage in the research. Interpret the materials on your own. That's all. Use careful notes. For example, if you're taking it from other person, use the word. Even if you use paraphrase, use the credit, give the credit to the author. I'll give you an example for paraphrase and then summary. And then you see, summary is this: what? Push yourself to a complete understanding of the complex sources. Read the full paper. Demonstrate you to the reader that you have read and fully engaged with the text. Help your reader understand a text is the key of your project. And then effective summary is captures all the main ideas of the paper with the key supporting points of the source while omitting the details. That's all. This person must have given all the details. Okay. So it is almost like a movie review, guys. 2.5 hour movie. A person can review in 15 minutes. That's it. It will make 50% shorter. It is no plagiarism. It is reading a full novel, writing a paragraph about a novel. That's all. That is a summary. And then I'll give you an example for paraphrase. Paraphrase means understand the logic of complex passage, convey the main idea, mention examples and details from the source, mentally digest the material you are reading. A paraphrase restates someone else's idea in a fresh word and sentence. That's it. Your entire writing should be in the paraphrase mode. You don't want to cut and paste. You listen the story, you tell the same story in your word. That's all. There is zero chance for plagiarism. Zero chance for plagiarism. For that, what is required? Dedication, involvement, and then reading the entire literature honestly, trying to digest on your own. When you do that, there is no chance for any plagiarism, guys. Okay? Hope you guys are following what I'm saying, right? So is there any formula can I give? Yes, I can help you with small tips. How to write a paraphrase? Just intro, write about small word about that idea. If you are very much generous, quote the source material. John demonstrated as reported by so and so et al. And then your interpretation in your words. So that will be amazing, right? Introduce the source material that will allow you to create a transition between ideas. Interpretation of the material certifies that you have developed the idea using somebody's work, and then thinking though the formula engages you in a research process, right? So for each and every line, this should be your idea. This should be a formula. So you guys have to work on it. Whenever you find difficulty in writing it, just follow this formula. It will come to a structure. Okay. So till now, what we are doing, why we are doing, it is only to establish your voice. Okay. So what I want to try to say here is, when you are doing the literature review, limit only to the relevant finding and information. Don't overquote. Provide instructive signpost. Avoid jargons. Be more precise. Explain and in clarity. Write in crisp. Always in active prose. Always, once you have read, once you have written, read, revise, rewrite, revise, rewrite, revise. By doing so, definitely you will establish your place in the scientific world. Happy writing. Thank you, guys.
All right. Welcome back, everybody. Wasn't that a power-packed webinar? How was it? How was the webinar? Did you like it? Okay. Yes. Right. It was really wonderful listening to Dr. Prabhakaran once again. Fantastic. Yes. So it is always a pleasure to listen into such senior scientists, right? So now with this, we come to an end of our webinar, right? And trust me, I don't want to end this, but yes, everything has to end. So now's the time to give you the free downloads, right? So our team will give you the link in the chat box. Just fill the link, just fill the review, share your valuable feedback with us, and then you will be redirected to your surprise gift. Okay? All right. Yes? Fantastic. So with this, we come to an end of our webinar. Thank you so much, everyone. Thank you so much for joining in. And we will meet once again with a new set of experts in our next webinar, which will be announced soon. Okay? So till the time, keep learning, stay safe. Good night. Thank you.